How do you power your diesel heater? Most diesel heaters run on 12 volt power, and I guess the standard setup is a battery with a trickle charger. But some people just use a 110 volt to a 12 volt power supply with no battery backup. The problem with using a power supply with no battery backup is if there's a power outage, the unit will just shut down and it won't go through its cool down process. It'll burst into flames, everybody will die. At least that's what I've been told. I've been using this power supply for 2 years with no battery backup. I've not experienced a power outage and nobody has died yet. But I am conscious of the fact that I don't have a battery backup. Having that battery backup will give you a little more protection and peace of mind. To fix this problem, I gotta come up with some type of battery backup. And I'm not just gonna buy a battery or use an old battery with a trickle charger and just have it sit here on the floor. That's a little bit ridiculous. And if I'm gonna buy something, I want it to be able to do multiple things. So this right here is an EcoFlow River Pro. It's a 600 watt portable power station. It's got 110 volt outlets. It's got USB, USB-C. It's got a light, and it even has a 12 volt power point. This power point's rated for 10 amps, so I'm not sure it's gonna power the diesel heater, but we're gonna give it a try. Okay, the power supply I've been using is this Duracom model LP18, and it provides 15 amps of continuous power with 18 amps of surge. So it's more than enough power to power this diesel heater. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, we're gonna unplug it. I put a 12 volt plug on my diesel heater just to make it easy. And I'm gonna plug it into this EcoFlow power supply. Okay, you can see we've got power to the plug and we've got power to the diesel heater. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this up. It's going through its startup process. You can see that it draws a little bit, 50, 60 watts for startup. And this number over here, that's how many hours we can sustain this power draw. So right now we're about 70 watts of power. Glow plugs on the inside, and those things draw a little power, and you can see right now we're up to 100 watts of power, but I think you'll see that number go way down once we get up and running. The diesel heater is still working properly. The pump just started. I don't know if you can hear the pump. So now we have that diesel heater tick. It's picking up in speed. We can start to hear some combustion. You can see we're up around 100 watts now. 120 watts there for a second. The heater's still ramping up. The pump speed is increasing. You can start to hear it igniting. We're still right around 100 watts, maybe a little bit over. This number here says we can sustain this for 6 to 7 hours. I'd say we're about halfway through our startup cycle. The speed's really starting to pick up. The fan has just kicked in. The fan has just kicked in and we're starting to get warm air out of the hose. And you can see our power usage has gone all the way down to 20, 30 watts. And this number here, 36 hours, that's how long we're going to be able to power this unit. So far we're just running on battery of the power station. We have not plugged the power station in. If you plug the power station in, it turns into a UPS. Let's go ahead and do that. The power station comes with like a 3-foot cord or so. and it just plugs into the side over here. If you take that power cord and you plug it into an extension cord, you'll see the unit starts right up. So now it says we're taking in 270 watts, 300 watts of input, and we got 36 watts going out. That's fantastic. This thing works as a UPS system. So now if you unplug the extension cord, you'll see that it goes to taking in no watts, and we're working off the battery. Diesel heater's still running. We got good heat coming out of it. This EcoFlow should power that for about 20 hours. If you're looking for a way to power your diesel heater, this might be an option you should consider. You might think it's a little bit pricey, but you can run your refrigerator off of this. You can keep your internet up and running. You can charge your devices with this. It's got way more functionality than just a battery sitting on the floor with a trickle charger. So you've got to take that into consideration as well when you're thinking about what uses you have or what needs you have. There's even an app that you can get on your phone from EcoFlow that offers some functionality remotely, so that's kind of handy. Another option that you have with the EcoFlow, if the 12 volt isn't what you need, you could take that 110 to 12 volt power supply and you could plug that into the 110 outlets on the side, and you could power your power supply that way. So EcoFlow gives you a lot of different options, not only with your diesel heater, but with all your other stuff around the house. So maybe it's worth considering, maybe it's not. Anyway, that's it for today. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.